Hello, my darlings. You are so very, very welcome. This is the Light Work Podcast. Very special coaching episode today with the beautiful Alenka. Cannot say your second name, Alenka. You're gonna help me with that. I should have asked you before we came on. With the beautiful Alenka, who teaches as a teacher of Tao Face Yoga and works mainly, but sort of with women who are maybe recovering from burnout or trying to avoid burnout altogether. She has lots of tools, and we're going to just deep dive into her business today and maybe hopefully give her some support. So, Alenka, tell me your full name, please, and pronounce the last name.
Okay, yes, it's Slovene, so it's kind of hard. It's Alenka Kurstic.
Kurstic, brilliant. Okay, okay, Alenka, tell us a little bit about you, a little bit about your business, just so everybody can sort of get a sense of what it is that you do. Because I know I didn't explain it completely properly there.
Yeah, as you said, I'm certified Tao Face Yoga teacher. I will soon be certified Kundalini Yoga teacher also. And my business is about helping women be empowered, be able to choose the 15 minutes that a day for themselves and not feel guilty about it, because I still do, even though I know that this is not okay, or not, that this is totally normal, that mom feels good and then the baby feels good. But the subconscious is where it is, and I still am unblocking that, and I am helping women do the same, because this is major part that I went through burnout, being a good girl, doing everything as you supposed to, not what you want to. So
Mhm.
that this is my main goal, is for women to just be happy and healthy and connected with nature, because in Tao Face Yoga we believe that everything is it's from traditional Chinese medicine. A lot of this knowledge in Tao Face Yoga is from traditional Chinese medicine, and traditional Chinese medicine is nature, holistic health. And I want to teach women and their daughters and sons and whoever wants to listen to me, basically, that it's totally normal to just work with the cycles of the nature, of the year, of the day, of the moon, and that it's okay if you sometimes don't feel good and you don't want to do anything, and it's okay if you're on the peak and you want to do everything, so everything is okay.
Okay, brilliant, brilliant. And so, and tell us, I mean, tell face yoga. So this is yoga exercises with your
Face.
face. So give me a quick breakdown of that, just for anyone that doesn't understand that.
um the face is basically the same. If you probably know reflexology, when
Mm,
you go to your massage on the feet, it's the same. Face is like a roadmap of your internal organs.
mm,
So when you do Tao Face Yoga, you also exercise energetically with your
mm,
internal organs. So the best example is here
mm-hmm.
are the mouth corners, and the mouth corners are connected with the reproductive system. In
Wow.
So whenever you have your mouth corners down, that means that your reproductive system is not in the best shape.
Wow.
So it's
Mm,
okay if you have your corners down when you have first, second, or third day of period, if you just give birth, or I don't know, but other in other ways it's not okay. So, and
mm,
it's the same if you have dark circles under your eyes, you should get your liver checked, liver kidneys checked, because this is where the kidneys are represented, and so on and so on and so on. And basically, when you do the exercises and when you look in your third eye under the closed eyes, you ignite or yeah, ignite the production of the hormones, because the hormones are built here, not
Wow.
yeah.
Oh my God, that's wonderful. That makes so much sense. Yeah, because I mean that's one of the things that I do when I'm teaching meditation or taking people through a meditation is always going into, and I didn't realize that we were activating, which
Yeah,
of
because
course our pituitary gland, of
yes, you have
course.
hypothalamus, pituitary gland, and some other gland,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah. The pineal
you
is up here, and
pineal
the
gland, yes,
pituitary is
and
here
this
at the
is the
back. Yeah.
basically you have the sacred pyramid in your head. That's the
Mm,
production of the hormones, and I can tell you that since I am doing Tao Face Yoga, that's for about 8 years now, 7 years, something like that. It was right after my son was born, and then no, he was one and something. I was totally exhausted. I was horrible. I have 55 kilos. I looked great. I looked great from the inside, but from the outside, but from the inside,
mm,
I was dying. And I just started doing Tao Face Yoga religiously for 6 weeks.
mm.
And I can I can only tell you that my menstrual cycle became normal for the first time
Wow.
in my life. It's
Mm,
normal, and it's it's like it should be, but I didn't know that. And now I don't have painful periods anymore. I am 43. They also are saying that I am in perimenopause. I don't know because I don't feel that.
mhm.
And I know that transition, when it will be much easier
Okay.
because of the
Okay.
knowledge that I have.
Brilliant. Okay, so we now have an idea of what you're doing, this amazing work. So tell me a little bit about what's not working in your business. Why are you here for coaching? Like, what's not working? What do you need help with?
Um, I need to be consistent,
Okay.
and I need to be okay to be visible. That if when I'm visible, it's okay and safe for me.
Okay.
Because I start doing things and then I stop, and then I again start doing things and I stop, and start doing things and stop. And as I told you before, English is not my first language,
Mm-hmm.
so I sometimes feel that not sometimes, a lot of times, feel that who will trust me if I'm
Mm,
struggling to get words in English across?
okay.
So this, and also being a good girl, since I can remember, you cannot do this, what if, and all this imposter syndrome. I would really, really be happy if it would be just a little bit gone.
Okay, so where is it now on a scale of 0 to 10, imposter, that you feel like you're zero being I'm fine the way I am, I'm absolutely grand, and 10 being I feel like a complete imposter and it's just going to block me from being visible or showing up. So where are you on
um,
the scale? And that might be more intuitive than logical.
I
Yeah.
would say 8.
Okay, great. Okay. So the good news, the good news is it never goes away.
Yay.
And if it never goes away, then all we have to do is learn to cope and learn to walk with it instead of battling against it. And um, I often say to clients, it's about talking yourself down off the ledge. So the ledge
Hmm.
is like, oh my God, if I do this live stream, people are going to hate me. They're going to hate my voice. They're going to see that I'm not good enough, that I'm not qualified enough. They're going to see the flaws in my accent, in my hair, in my, uh, they're going to know that I don't know, that I'm pretending, that I think sometimes I'm making this all up. They're going to know, they're going to see, they're going to ridicule, and it's like talking yourself down off the ledge is becoming a witness to that. So, oh, okay, there you are again. You're keeping me safe. Thanks for keeping me safe, because that's all it is. It's your ego doing its job, keeping you in your comfort zone of what you know, because it's safe here. But the treasure, the things that you want, the dreams, everything that you have is outside of that comfort zone. But your ego is going to keep you safe and protected here. It's doing a really good job, and it will use every tool in the box, and most of that will be fear driven. So it will immediately, as you're about to take this step, you're about to go live, all of that fear and doubt will start to come in, and all the buttons that you have, secret or known or unknown, will start to be pushed. And it's okay. Thank you so much. There you are again. I really appreciate. So it's like talking yourself down off the ledge. I really appreciate that you're here. But you know what? Nobody's going to die if I do a live stream. And what's the worst thing that could happen? If somebody is mean online, I can delete the comment. If the video is terrible, I can just delete it afterwards. If I make a mess and I fumble my words and I'm not happy, I can laugh and maybe continue. If I So you're talking yourself down off this ledge, and you're saying to yourself, look, nobody's going to die if I do this. It's okay. I'm just going to press play and I'm going to try it. And I know that um it's a practice, and I don't know how to do this. So I'm probably going to make a mess
Mm-hmm.
in the beginning. I'm probably going to make it like I was 99.9% sure that I'm going to make some mistakes the first few times that I do this new thing. It's like getting into a car and expecting you to be able to drive when you've never driven before. Of course, you're going to make some mistakes. Of course, it's going to be a learning curve. So there's a little bit of this. The other thing that's coming through is there's a beautiful book, and I would recommend that you read it. It's Elizabeth Gilbert, and it's called Big Magic. And she talks about her journey with fear, her whole life. And at one stage in the book, she talks about it as a block to creativity, and how it's natural for creatives to have this constant fear on their shoulder. And there's one beautiful part of that book when she talks about, okay, when I decide to do something, let's say in her case, she's an author, so write a new book. She's like, okay, I'm bringing my inspiration with me in the front seat. And fear, you can come too, because I know I can't leave you at home, but you're going in the back seat and you're not touching the steering wheel. So you're coming, enjoy the scenery, but don't speak and don't touch the scene, don't touch the steering wheel. We're driving, me and my higher self, my inspiration, my soul, angel essence, God, whatever it is. So I would recommend that book for everybody, not just for creatives. So it totally changed my life and the way I look at fear. So that's one piece. The other piece that I've shared this many times, when I signed up for Toastmasters years and years ago, I I went along to the first meeting, and you usually get a mentor, you get somebody that can help you as you're preparing your first speeches and whatever. And this guy said this to me, and it has made sense across all of my courses, groups, teaching everything and my own personal stuff. And he said, it's the power of four. He said, after you do something scary about 4 times, on the fourth time, it's like the fear evaporates. Something changes. And even if it is there, you don't seem to care about it or as much about it anymore. And it's because you've tried it 4 times and you didn't die 4 times. So it's like, so I've noticed that and I've kept it. And I've noticed that with my programs, so when I used to teach live courses, I would notice that when we got to week 4, that was a turning point. That if people came to week 4, they would come to the rest of the program. But there was a lot of people that if they didn't come to week 4, they would stop, they would give up, and I wouldn't see them again. So there was like a turning point, and there was like that week 5, there was a palpable change in the air. People suddenly went from not sure in a group, testing the water, seeing who everybody was, trying to find their place, to comfort, to ease, to knowing where they stood, knowing their gifts, knowing who they could trust and depend on, and knowing that this group was a safe space. There was something palpable in the air on the 5th class. And I began to notice this online as well. So I use that number of that power of 4 when I'm doing anything. So if it's a launch and I have 5, let's say 7 days, I know that around week 3, let's say it's 7 days. I know around week day 3 or 4, the shit's going to hit the fan, and I'm going to want to run for the hills, and I'm going to be there going, why decide to do this launch? Nobody cares about what I do. Nobody is even listening to me. Why am I doing this? Fraud syndrome, all of the shit comes up, all of the fear. It's not going to work. Nobody's going to sign up, all of it. But I know that this is the breakdown before the breakthrough. And if I can just get to the next day or 4, day 5, things usually start to shift at that stage. So it's about recognizing that curve. So what does that have to do with you? I would say I hope it explains this starting and stopping, starting and stopping.
Yes.
That it's like you start and you go for so long and then you stop. And it's literally just before that breakthrough point. You know?
Yes, it's about 4 weeks and then I stop and again.
Yeah. So it's just so if by recognizing that now, you're able to say, okay, so I now know that I just need to I'm going to feel this fear, this shit, this fraud syndrome, this whatever, for about 4 weeks, for about 4 sessions, for about 4 live streams, for about 4 blogs, 4 emails, 4 videos, whatever. But once I get past that, things are going to shift. The fear might be there, but there'll be something different. There'll be some palpable difference. So I will stop talking in a minute, but I just want to continue this riff for just a second. So the other piece is I have a sort of when I'm recording videos, I say to my angels, okay, one take. Like when I'm doing these podcast videos, I did one a few weeks ago, and I couldn't remember what I was saying halfway through, and we stopped, and I was like, and I think there was about 2 minutes where we're both going, what was I saying? And this girl said, will we edit that? Are you going to edit that out? And I said, there's no way I'm editing it out. If I have to edit it, it will go into the dust pile. It's one take, and if it's crap, if I'm in and on, if I'm whatever, one take, and it's out there. So I have some videos way back in the very early days when I was as wooden as a plank and speaking very slowly, because I thought that that's what you do when you're on video and you're speaking and you want to express yourself. I have videos which are very wooden, very scared looking, but I've got comments from those videos. People email me, people send me messages and say, oh my God, what you said at this moment helped me, supported me. So sometimes people can see themselves in you. For years, I would come on live, and the first thing I would say is, I'm really nervous. Say it, own it. And then everybody immediately, because our audience are generally light workers, they're empaths, they're sensitives. And by you being vulnerable and saying, I'm nervous, it's immediately they want to help. Immediately they'll be posting something positive in the comments. They'll be praying for you. They'll be sending you good vibes. Their attitude will go to support. So okay, so I'm going to stop talking now. So all of what I've said, how is it all landing? Now I'm not expecting miracles, but just how is it landing? What's shifting in you? What's pinging?
Mm, this the power of four that you said. It really is, because I am for 4 lives, 4 weeks, 4 months. I never did anything probably, but then I stop. Oh no, or when I do something and there is no comments, no likes. Oh, nobody likes it. Nobody wants it. Why should I bother? And yeah, it really is. Yeah, I will do the fifth next time. I will just write it, the power of four, and when we'll want to stop posting or whatever, the power of four. You need to do the fifth. You need to do the fifth, and I will. I will not say that I will not stop at fourth, but I, I'm gonna have a reminder. Just keep up, just do it. It really is, yeah, interesting. And that what you said, one take. Whenever I do videos and I when I start babbling and no, and then again and again and again, and the last one is the worst. So this one take, because I have a lot to say and a lot to teach um, women and yeah, women first women and then everybody else, to be quiet, and this message needs to come across.
So there's another few layers now that we'll dig into in that, okay? And it's one is to ask yourself when those thoughts start coming in about maybe my voice isn't clear enough, maybe my hair isn't right, maybe my whatever it is, whatever the worry, maybe I'm not good enough, um, whatever it is that's coming in, is to ask yourself, what's the worst case scenario? What's the worst thing that can happen? So when I go there, and then I ask myself, well, how likely is it that that's going to happen? Or what is the worst? Like somebody will leave a nasty comment, can just delete, can just delete. Nobody knows where I live. No, nobody's gonna, can just delete the comment. We're at this time in our evolution. We have online access. We can just, you know, so we can delete, we can we can look at what it like. So, what are some of the worst case scenarios? What are the worst things that that you think could happen by you going live consistently every single week? Let's just.
Mm, I got one nasty comment once
Mhm.
from my ex coworker.
Love it.
And I was like, okay, man, this live was not even for you. What are you doing on my Facebook
Yeah.
page? And I deleted it. um, um, but not, what's the worst thing? I don't know. Probably nothing.
So what happened? What happened when you saw that comment?
I was, first thought that went through my mind. Oh my God, you have a lot of time.
Yeah.
And I know him because we worked alongside a long time, and I was like, oh wow, you really have a lot of time to go through my 30-minute life and then ask stupid questions. Um, and I was like, okay, delete. I didn't think that. No, I don't think that I answered him. I just blocked him. Because I knew if I do another live, not if, when I do another live, he can probably come to the live and then ask questions, and then it would be. But yeah, I just deleted it, so nothing other happened. I was hurt and angry and pissed. For the 80%, I was pissed. Like, what the?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Because I would never do that to anyone.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever hit dislike button if I didn't like anything, something, because if it's not for me, then it's for somebody else. If it's not for me, I just stop looking at the things that are not for me. I don't do that. I really don't do that, and I don't get the people that do that. So, but it's okay.
So the worst happened. Is there anything else that you think could happen?
No, from the lives, no, but um, if this come gets bigger, I know how much space or room I have and how much capacity I have right now. But what if this gets bigger than me? Because I'm one woman band right now. I do everything. I do emails, I do marketing, I do sales, I do everything is on me. And I have two hands and
Mhm.
one head. And I have 24 hours a day like everybody else, but I'm a mom and I want to be a present mom. That's why I chose this, to be online coach, healer, whatever.
Mhm.
I don't want to be in a job from 9 to 5 anymore. It was enough for
Mhm.
a long time. So what if this happens too quickly? How will I juggle the roles? How will I get the right people in the team? I know that I'm two way ahead, but this constantly goes in my mind.
It's just another tactic. It's just another ego tactic to keep you safe. There's only one Oprah.
I don't want to be like Oprah. No
But
way.
just an example, we all immediately go to not Oprah, but what if it gets that big? I'm online, I don't know, 11, 12 years, and I worked with thousands of people. As you, but I'm nowhere near Oprah or some of the other bigger names out there. Um, it's as you grow, um, your capacity grows, you learn more, and you also Well, let me just, what I've learned is to streamline. So some of the things that we talk about in Power, you're one of our Power members,
Mm-hmm.
is about scheduling your week, finding time for everything in your week. So making sure that you have time to look at the money, making sure that you've time to um, create your content, um, work with clients, whether that's one-to-one, whether that's in group, and then making time to learn new stuff. So we look at and we set up your schedule so that you're giving attention to all of these areas every week. And sometimes it can be 30 minutes on your money on a Monday. It doesn't have to be a whole day. It can be Monday morning before. Some people are working part-time while they're building their businesses, growing a family while they're building their businesses. So it doesn't have to be that all day Monday you're working on your money, but that you have something, you have scheduled it, you've committed to it, you have a plan. A plan takes out a lot of the worry because you know where you're going. And also in Power, you've got your offers. You know what your offers are. You're working on them at the moment. You know you have the one-to-one. You know you have your course ready for sale. Um, so you're just going to start with what you have. You're just building the foundations in the first year. And there's so much out there. There's so much noise and stuff happening that for you to go from 0 to 1 million in a year it's just not likely. It's rare. 1 million followers, €1 million, £1 million, dollars, whatever. It's rare. In all my years and all of the thousands of people that I've spoken to and met with and taught and uh, coaches I've worked with, it's rare. So we might see that online as that's the goal, but it's rare. Most people, it takes them a good few years to reach their first 6 figures. So I would just say thanks again to your ego for giving you that big. It's just another little trip up to get you back in your comfort zone. And it's like, it's okay. Because the beauty of it is you have a community, Alenka, in the Power Group. You have
Mm-hmm.
somewhere to go. You have somewhere to go when the shit's hitting the fan and somebody is sending you. So the next time anybody comments, you can come into the group and go, Photoshop or whatever, screenshot of this. What do you think? You're going to have support. You're going to have love. You're going to have text messages. You're not going to be on your own dealing with a nasty comment. And you're also going to have support when it's like, okay, things are getting a bit big here. I need an assistant. How do I hire an assistant? Where do I go for an assistant? How many hours do I hire somebody? When do I know if it's time to hire somebody else to help out? Sometimes in while we're building our business and we have a family at home, we're running a house, it might be better to pay for personal support first than business support. It might be
Mm-hmm.
better to pay for a cleaner to come once a week. It might be better to pay that little bit extra and get your shopping delivered to your door. It might be better to pay somebody every 2 weeks to come and take a bag of washing or laundry or something. I don't know what your version of that is. Um, it's some people I know order their meals or have fresh box that arrives and they know what to eat from that. So it depends on what takes up your time that you don't like doing. For me, it would be cleaning. I moved to a smaller house. I moved from a house to an apartment, so it's not too bad now. But it's about God, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, when it's time to call in support, in whatever way that is, it'll depend on your budget, it'll depend on what you need, and you might find that maybe you need personal support first so that you can spend more time with being fully present with your family rather than when you're with them you have to do the washing, the laundry, the whatever it is. And in some cases people pay for childcare so that they can spend some more time on their business. But it's all personal, it's all whatever you want. Or they can they might decide that they're ready for an assistant. But there's a budget with that. You know, you have to be able to pay yourself at least a bit of a salary to start off before you consider paying somebody else. And the other final piece I just want to add into that is that in the beginning we do everything, and we're listening to everything, and we think we have to be live every day, or we have to be on Facebook every day, or we have to be emailing every day, we have to be selling every day, we have to be working. And the reality is that a lot of our work can be, once it's planned, can be batched, so can be done all together in one big lump. We spoke about that today in a big planning session that we had. Can be batched and can be scheduled. There's tools on Canva, on Facebook, on Instagram, free tools that you can use to schedule all of your content. You could schedule tomorrow a year's worth of content if you wanted to on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. It can all be scheduled. If you have an email list and you're collecting emails, you're growing your community that way, you can schedule all of your emails out for a year. You can sit down one day and maybe batch 12 emails for the next 12 weeks and then schedule them. So you don't have to be doing that. So there's a few layers in all of that. But let me just check in something for a moment. So on a scale of 0 to 10, where's your fraud syndrome right now? 0 being I'm absolutely fine, and 10 being, oh my God, I will never go live.
No, I did that. So I would say 4.5.
Okay, great. So
I have written down the things that you were saying, and it really looks much easier when it's everything on the paper.
yeah,
And just start following the plan.
yeah. And the thing is, the angels said to me once, the healing happens in a session. The energy work happens. And often the words are a distraction. So we're off having this conversation and we're talking about all the logistics and all the coaching and all the practicalities, and we're occupying your ego, talking through all the fear and all the BS that's coming up for you, and we're dealing with it and communicating with it. And on the other side, your angels are working their magic. They're taking in whatever you need, they're clearing, they're cutting ties, they're releasing, they're letting go. And this is a healing session. So I can feel that very deeply. It will, like if you go for, let's say, a Reiki attunement, you're going to look at 21 days of integration. And during that 21 days, you're going to be having dreams and insights and angel nudges and coincidences and little synchronistic moments, as and detoxing, releasing and letting go. And you might find yourself up with, like, sometimes the universe will throw similar situations at you. So maybe you might get a nasty comment this month, but you're like, oh, you know what? I don't even give two F's. The last time it hurt me, this time I'm just like, oh, go home. Bye bye, gone. And I just noticed in myself that this thing that triggered me once doesn't trigger me anymore. So there's healing happening here. And it's only because of your willingness to be open and vulnerable and share, and your honesty. So I'm going to just pull a little angel card here. So it's just to reassure you that the healing is happening here. Oh, so there's two beautiful cards. This one is take back your power. Oh my God. Look at this beautiful woman She is just serene, regal almost, just like completely confident. Um, and it's Archangel Nathaniel, so there's always a lot of forgiveness that comes with Nathaniel. Nathaniel is here for the next generation of light workers. And that next generation, we are the elders. We are the elders for that next generation. So if we don't speak and if we don't share and if we don't teach what we have inside of us, it's lost. And this generation needs it more than all of the others, with the amount of technology and just the amount of information that we have available to us. So you're an elder, and it's time for you to step into that role and to take back your power and to become a witness to all this bullshit that's coming up, all these fears, and just say, that's okay. I've got this. It's okay. You can come along, but you sit in the back seat. You don't take the wheel anymore. I'm going to go for this. I don't care if I feel scared. I don't care if I'm going to fuck up my words. I don't care if I haven't got makeup on. I don't care how I sound. I'm just going to do it anyway. Feel the fear and do it anyway, as Susan Jeffers would say. So I'll send you this afterwards, the photo and the guidebook. And the other card that came up is Archangel Jeremiah. Now, there's not any of my glasses on. Learn from the past and release ancestral karma. So there's a little bit here that we didn't speak about. We don't have a lot of time left to speak about this. And it's so quickly, this card can indicate the witch wound. So a little bit of that needs to be cleared and healed. Look at maybe some past life work of when you might have been accused of being a witch, as a herbalist, as a homeopath, as a healer, and the results of that. You could have been murdered, maimed, ridiculed, all sorts. So I would say, without going into that too much, because it didn't really come up a lot in the beginning, but it's there, but it's not huge. But I would recommend Lisa Lister's book called Witch to heal that, to start to heal that, or to have a look at it. But the other piece of this card that's more prominent is that you have a book. You need to write a book. He is holding a book, and it's like it's your version of Tao Yoga, Kundalini Yoga, and your work with women. There's a book there, and it's crying to come out, and it can be written this year, and it could be published in 2026. In the spring of 2026, it could be published. So if you were
Okay.
to put that on your bucket list and maybe start the process, maybe write the plan, maybe decide to do a chapter a month, maybe give yourself a deadline, but there is a book that only you can write in your unique voice and your unique circumstances, that only you can write, and it needs to come out. And it's not a big book. I can see it's a slim volume. It doesn't have to be a tome of information. It's an easy, people can pick it up and they're like, this is fantastic. I know you have an ebook.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a start. I think that could be the start of it. But there's definitely a bigger book than that, but not a big, I haven't got anything here that I could show you what size it is. Um, that's like that. It's a bit smaller than that.
Okay.
Don't know how to explain that. It's like a pocketbook or something. Okay. So is that making sense? What's coming through?
Um, I have a little boy. I will not say that he's a witch, he's a wizard.
Yeah.
And I know that a little, he's 9, that I need to step into my power, because he started to a bit losing the sense of
Mm.
When you were talking about, I got goosebumps, I got
Yeah,
chills. I don't see, but I feel. I don't
yeah.
know how to
Hmm.
explain this. Sometimes I don't know, I think of my beloved grandmother, and I just feel the that she puts the arm on my shoulder, or sometimes I even hear her, but this I really need to be half asleep. And this which wound I know, because I went to the family constellation once, and I know we cleared a lot there already. So
Yeah, yeah. Ooh, okay. We covered a lot in this conversation. So just give me a check-in now. And I'm not attached to any numbers or anything like that. I'm just curious. Where are you now? Where on a scale of 0 to 10, this imposter syndrome that we spoke about, this old thing that we spoke about, where 0 is I'm fine and 10 is oh my God, no.
mm, I probably will never be zero.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
I have one call at 7 for because I was asked to be a speaker in one summit, and I'm like, okay, I'm going. I can go. In the morning, I was
Brilliant.
like, oh God, no! Why did I say yes? Why did I do that? And I can go. I will just say English is not my first language. We can talk slow, and we can talk about everything, and we will see if I'm really the one that you want, and I can go and I can do it, and I can't wait for the weekend to film the 4 videos that we talked in the power in the morning.
Brilliant. Okay. So where are you on that scale of 0 to 10? Just pick a number.
1.5 to
Okay.
I can go
Okay.
out and do things.
Yeah. So, and what I want to say is, you've done the work. You've talked yourself down off the ledge, and that's why you're 1.5. But tomorrow, tonight, you might have to do some talking yourself down off the ledge before you go on that call. For me, it's when I get nervous, focus on service or whatever it is, or it's going to be okay, or nobody's going to die, or whatever it is. But you might have to do a little bit of that. And tomorrow, or the next day, or whenever life is normally whatever, when life is a flat line, we're dead. So this is it normally. So the difference is that now you know how to manage it. Now you're like, oh, okay, that's that fear coming up again. It's just trying to keep me safe. Where am I on that scale of 0 to 10? Okay, so I'm here. So what do I need to do? What does my soul need? What does the child need? What does my ego need? What can I say to relax myself? Tapping, whatever it is that you need to do. So are you getting that?
Hmm. I am.
So it's you've now got the tools. And I was going to say the worst case scenario, but the best case scenario is that you can drop into your community and you can ask for help and support. Hey guys, I'm going for this thing. I'm feeling a little bit wobbly. Anybody got any tips? Uh,
Hmm.
say a prayer for me. Whatever. You can ask for support when things get scary. Okay, my darling. That was
Yeah.
so good. Any final thoughts or anything you'd like to say? How are you feeling now, just before we sign off?
Like I said, I I don't know if I'm not gonna do live right after. Just to check in how everybody are, because I was off social media in January. I'm
Do
like,
it. Do it.
I
Just
will.
do it. 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Go for it.
I
No.
will. I will just pop into my group because I have a Facebook group. And I will ask my women ladies how are they and there, and
Love it.
yeah.
Brilliant. Go for it. Okay, my darling. Thank you so much for being here, for being so open and honest and yeah, allowing the angels to do their work and this conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, Alenka, tell everybody where they can find you if they want to work with you on a deeper level.
Yes, on Instagram, it's at 40 something and Divine Oasis. And I also have Facebook page. It's the same, 40 something and Divine Oasis. Or you can just come in Radiant You Facebook group and you can work with me. It's free group. It's just community of women who wants to feel better and look better.
Okay. And then if people want to work with you on some level, what have you got available?
I have now free ebook that's already published um, in my Facebook group, and also the video
The video
what we
call.
were talking about today, the video self-study Tao Face Yoga video course. So
Okay,
this
soon
is
to be
also
released.
available.
Brilliant. Okay, my darling. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
And for everybody watching, thank you so much for being here. I hope that this supported you on some level in your spiritual business, in your life, personal development, spiritual development, whatever. And wherever you're watching this video, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, share it with anyone that would get benefit from tuning into this coaching session. And make sure that you are subscribed to get the podcast. Go to ashlingmooney.com/podcast. We drop a new episode every Tuesday and Thursday. Loads of love, my darlings. See you again next time. Bye.